Recording. Oh, there it comes. There it is.
Here we go. Welcome to Longevity Stick. 12 movements that came from Vietnam that are done with a stick, a dowel, 1-inch dowel with rubber crutch tips on each end. The 12 movements are designed to be done slowly with slow controlled breathing, and they're designed to help us with balance, flexibility, agility, and vitality. We start and end each movement in the rest position. That's heels together, toes flared out at about 45 degrees with our stick at the side, palm back, thumb down. The breathing is in through our nose with our lips together, tongue behind our top teeth, and Robert and I will cue in for breathing in. So we breathe in. We breathe out through pursed lips like we're blowing out birthday candles, and we'll cue out. So the breathing goes like this. In, out. The wonderful thing about Longevity Stick is every class is exactly the same. There's 12 movements divided into 4 sections with 3 in each section. And all but one section are done with a slow, harmonious rhythm that we lay each movement on. But one section of 3 we do with just normal breathing because that section we're working on balance. The 2 things that we ask you to do when you do a Longevity Stick class with us, number 1 is if you get to a movement and for some reason it starts to hurt, stop right there. Don't do it. If it hurts, don't do it. Next time you'll go a little bit farther, listen to your body. The second thing is don't overthink the process. Most often we're going to be stepping to the left, about hips distance apart. We always keep our knees relaxed and our toes forward. If we're going to do something different, Robert and I will cue that for you. You never have to memorize anything. We'll always tell you what's coming up next. Let me think. Look, we do 12 movements. The first time through, we're going to do 8 repetitions each. The second time we come back and do the 12 movements again, we only do 6 repetitions each. And in between, we'll be taking breaks for water, which will tell you when that is going to happen. But if at any time during class, maybe you get to like the 4th or the 5th time we've gone through that movement and that's enough for you that day, just put your stick on the side and just do the deep breathing with us. Okay? Well, let's begin. 12 movements divided into 4 sections with 3 in each. And the first 3 that we're going to do are rotating the shoulders, rotating the spine, and inclining the trunk. So we will begin and end each movement in the rest position. For rotating the shoulders, we're going to step left, hips distance apart, toes straight forward. We bring our sticks in front, just about hip level, and extend our arms almost to the end. We never hold on to these sticks hard. We always hold them just with fingertips, so we have a lot of flexibility to move our arms back and forth. Because if you have your arms too close together for this one, it's harder to get it up and overhead. So here we go. As we breathe in, we slowly take the stick up and over and back as far as you can comfortably. Remember to listen to your body. As we breathe out, we bring it slowly back to the front. So let's try one together before we start. It's breathing in and out. Let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. One more. In, out, and stop. Back to rest. The next movement is rotating the spine. Before we start this, I just want you to concentrate on your shoulders because the shoulders are the only thing they're going to move during this movement. We're going to focus on something in front of us and keep our heads perfectly straight. First, we're going to bring our right shoulder forward as we breathe in, and then we're going to bring our left shoulder forward as we breathe out. We're not going to be twisting our bodies because this is for our spine. You're going to get the maximum benefit if you can keep your hips straight, your knees forward, and keep facing forward throughout this movement. So let's step left, Take our sticks gently up over onto our shoulders. I want you to think shoulders now, not the back of the neck, not the shoulder blades, but right on the shoulders. Our arms are extended with palms flat and our hands stay nice and loose. Remember, the shoulders are going to do all the work. As we breathe in, we bring our right shoulder forward. As we breathe out, we slowly bring our left shoulder forward. Remember, slow movements. Let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. One more. In, out, and stop. Sticks gently back and over and back to rest position. The last one in this set is called inclining the trunk. And we do it from the rest position. So again, that's heels together, toes out at a 45-degree angle. That gives us a nice solid base. Our sticks are going to come back up onto our shoulders again. Arms extended, palms flat. This time our torso is going to do the work. We're going to raise our right arm up, but let your body stretch to do that. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to have our left arm come up and we get a good stretch then on the left side. So let's do one together before we really start. This would be breathing in and breathing out. Nice and slow. So let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. One more. In, out, and stop. Sticks gently back up and over, and back to rest position. And Robert.
So the second group, we have kicking the stick, taking a firm stand, and sitting on the heels. For these, we'll do normal breathing, unfocused breathing. So concentrate on your balance and don't worry about in through the nose or anything like that. Kicking the stick, we'll be shifting our weight from side to side. So we'll start with the weight on the left side so we can raise the right leg up. Again, all of these movements, there's different accommodations you can make to, as you listen to your body. If you have trouble bringing your arms up too much, just go up as far as you can. If you have trouble balancing on one foot, you can plant the stick for this movement and just raise your feet alternatively. So remember, this is not a no pain, no gain exercise or approach. So for kicking the stick and taking a firm stand, we'll keep the feet in rest position, so the heels together and your toes angled out, so you've got a good base. If you are working on balance, you might need to separate your feet. Otherwise, we'll start with the stick in front. And we'll bring the stick up overhead. Take a breath in. Keep your weight on, have your weight on the left. And as you bring the stick down, we'll raise the right leg to meet it. So it says kicking the stick, but we're doing slow, controlled movements. So once again, on the left, raise the stick up, weight on the right, stick down, leg up, and then breathe out. Okay, let's begin. Stick in front, and in, out, 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 and in, out, in, out. One more set. In, out, in, out. Back to the rest position. Next, we have taking a firm stand. For this one again, heels together. Make sure you've got a stable base. We'll again start with the sticks in front. This time we're going to be stepping forward comfortably as we bring the stick up and going straight down. So it's like somebody's pushing straight down on you. You don't want to go forward or backwards, just straight down. Keep your back straight like you're going up and down against a wall. How far down? A lot of weight on the back foot. That'll keep your front knee from going out too far. Well, let's demonstrate once on the right side. So we'll have our weight on the left. So as we bring the stick up, we'll step forward and come down, take a breath, return to the starting position, breathe out. So on the left side, in and out. So ready? Here we go. And in, out, 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 in, out. Two more sets. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, and out. And back to rest position. You'll notice some of the movements, we do the same thing on the left side and the right side. This next movement is just one movement. One breath in and out. So this is sitting on the heels. So we'll start with sticks in front. Separate your feet this time, about 3 to 5 inches. Keep your feet parallel. This one, like the last one, will be going straight up and down. So it's like somebody's pushing down and then pulling up. So you don't want to go forward or backwards. Just keep your back straight. And as you come down, if you can, come up on the balls of your feet. We'll hold it there a second and come back up. So I'll demonstrate once. We'll raise the stick to shoulder height as we come down. Take a breath and breathe out. Okay, so let's begin. Sticks in front, feet parallel. Make sure your knees come down straight ahead. Come straight ahead. Nose, knees over toes. Here we go. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. One more, in, out. And that's the first 6 movements, the first time through the whole set, the whole 12 movements. Now it's time for a break and water. We encourage drinking water.
Water is very important in the longevity stick program. We do these movements slowly because if we do the same movements quicker, we're using a different muscle group. So what we're doing is breaking up and loosening up things that have gotten us stuck as we get older. Also, the importance of drinking water. This helps us flush some of the things to the toxins through our body. So we encourage you to drink, not just during the water breaks with us today, but all day long. Think about drinking extra water on longevity stick days. So the equipment you need for longevity stick is your stick, 1-inch dowel with rubber crutch tips on each end, a good pair of sturdy support shoes, and a water bottle. Well, welcome back to the second half of the first half of our longevity stick class. We have 6 movements left, and we're back to that slow, rhythmical breathing, a harmonious rhythm that we lay our movements on. We're going to start with rowing, bending the back forward, and twisting the body. Rowing is the only one where we start with our sticks on the left side, and then we bring our left foot forward. So we have now created a triangle with the back of our heels and our stick. Our stick's at an angle leaning forward. We're going to put our right hand on top flat for an acupressure point, and our left hand at the hip. We're going to lift our toes, and then we're going to lift our heels. Lift our toes, and then lift our heels. So you want to keep good posture as you're doing this. As we rock back, we bring our stick into our nose, and as we go up on our balls of our feet, we take it away from our body and back to the front. So we're actually making a circle with our stick, and right now it's going to be clockwise. So let me demo this one time, and you can see Robert from the side. We breathe in as we bring it in towards our face, up on our toes come up, and away from our body and back to the front as we come up on the balls of our feet. So we breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. 2 more. In, out, in, out. And stop. Feet together. Stick on the right side. Right foot forward. Stick at an angle, making a triangle with the backs of your heels. Left hand on top, right hand at your hip. As you bring your toes up and bring the stick in towards your face, you want that elbow up. And as you go up on the balls of your feet, away from your body and back to the front. And this time we're going counterclockwise. So we're going to breathe in and out. Let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. One more. In, out. Stop. Back to rest. Bending the back forward. Step left. Hips distance apart, toes straight forward, knees relaxed. Sticks behind, arms at our side. As we breathe in, we're going to stretch everything up, the neck ending with our chin. As we breathe out, we hinge at the hip. And we come forward with a flat back, looking at the floor. Behind your through your legs if you can, and then raise your arms up behind as far as you can comfortably. So it's breathing in, stretching up, breathing out, hinge at the hips, flat back, and then you bring the arms up behind. Let's begin. In, out, 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 in, out. One more. In, out. Stop. Back to rest. The last one in this set, twisting the body. Twisting the body, we step left, hips distance apart, toes forward, and the body very relaxed. Sticks at our side, arms down. We're going to do a rocking, a gentle rocking, and actually shifting our weight side to side. We first go to the right, and we'll be up on the ball of our left foot with our heel up. When we go to the left, we'll be up on the ball of our right foot with the heel up. That gives you the twist in the twisting the body. As we go to the right, our sticks are going to be vertical. Then we take them overhead horizontal and try to get your arms back to frame your face. And then we do a complete body lift. Breathing out, we reverse. Now the weight's going to be on our left foot. Stick is vertical, overhead horizontal, and a gentle lift. So it's nice and slow like this. Breathing in, overhead, and a lift. Breathing out, overhead, and a lift. So we're going to be getting our breathing nice, long, and slow. Let's begin. To the right. In, lift, out, lift, 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 in, lift, out, lift. One more set. In, lift, out, lift. Stop. Back to rest. Back to Robert.
So the fourth group, we have curving the spine, concone, the circle of heaven and earth, and we end with deep breathing. Curving the spine, step left, shoulder width, sticks in front. Let's see, angle your toes out at about 45 degrees. For this one, as we breathe in, we'll bring the stick up and over and lean back as far as comfortable. We'll do a slight twist to the right to begin with. Come down nose over toes. Breathing out, back to the center. So on the other side, same thing. Lean back, breathing in, slight twist, breathing out, down nose over toes, and back to the center. So make sure you don't try to go too far to the side when you do your twist. Let's begin. So separate your feet, toes out, sticks in front, and in, lean back, twist, out, and center, in, twist, out, 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 center, in, twist, out. 2 more sets, center, in, twist, out, center, in, twist, out, center, in, in, twist, out, and back to rest position. Next, we have Cancun, the circle of heaven and earth. So one meaning of Cancun is heaven and earth. For this movement, we're going to step wide left, so well beyond shoulder width. Sticks in front, so extend your arms out. We're going to begin by bringing your left hand up, right hand down, and have the stick, bring the stick to vertical on the right side, and bring your left hand back so that the stick is in back. Vertical on the other side with your right hand on top, and breathing out back to the beginning. So the breath pattern is different on this movement. So the left side, left hand down, stick vertical, bring the stick in back. Vertical on the other side, left hand up, and breathing out back to the beginning. And again, how far down you go and back depends on what your body's telling you today. Let's begin. So step wide left, sticks in front, arms extended. To the right. So in, out, 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 in, out. 2 more sets. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out. I miscounted, so let's do 1 more set. In, out, in, and out. And back to rest position. So we always end with deep breathing. Breathing, of course, is foundational to all of the movements. Here we want deep breathing, so try to breathe all the way down into your abdomen and let everything else fill up. So deep and full. Start by breathing out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. So that's one round of 12 movements. Time for a break and more water.
Water, water, water.
Of course, one of the joys of doing this at the senior center is doing it with people, and we often get to do it outdoors during the summer. You're stuck with us here.
But we have 3 Zoom classes, Tuesday 11 to 12, Thursday 11 to 12, and Sunday 12 to 1, which you can get that information from the senior center. And we have quite a great tribe that we've been Zooming with now since March. So actually at water breaks, we had a little chance to also chat. We're going to go back through the 12 movements again. This time we'll just be doing 6 repetitions of each. Again, if at any time you feel like it's too much for you, and it's just, listen to your body, you can always just stand with your stick at the side, just do the deep breathing with us, or just do the feet with us, whatever feels good for you.
From the top again, the first group, we're doing slow controlled breathing, in through the nose, out through pursed lips. We have rotating the shoulders, rotating the spine, and inclining the trunk. So rotating the shoulders, we'll step left, sticks in front, extend your arms so that the sticks are about waist height. This one, as we breathe in, we'll bring the stick up and back as far as comfortable. Breathing out, return up and over to the front. So let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. 2 more, in, out, in, and out. Back to rest. Next is rotating the spine. For this, we'll step left. Remember, for the last movement, 1 cycle of breathing was a repetition. For this and many other movements, we'll do the left side and the right side. So I guess it doesn't matter for this one either. So for this one, separate your feet, shoulder width, sticks in front, and up and over loosely on your shoulders. So keep your arms relaxed, let your shoulders do all the work. So head, look straight ahead, keep your head fixed, your hips and your lower body stay fixed. Just the part in between moves. So as we breathe in, we'll bring the right shoulder forward. Breathing out, bring the left shoulder forward. And that will be 1 repetition. So let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. 2 more. In, out, in, and out. Back to rest position. Next is sitting on the heel, let's see, inclining the trunk. For this one, we'll keep your feet in rest position, so heels together. You can angle your feet out a little more if you need more of a base, sturdy base. Again, sticks in front and up and over, loosely on your shoulder blades. And again, keep your arms relaxed. Your torso is going to do all the work, so the hips and lower body stay fixed. As you breathe in, we'll raise your right arm. Breathing out, raise your left arm, left shoulder. And remember, keep your arms relaxed. Let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and one more. In, out, and over to Bonnie.
The next three, kicking the stick, taking a firm stand, and sitting on the heels, are all done with regular breathing. That just means breathing normal. You don't have to worry about keeping your lips together. So we can really focus on balance because the next three are all about balance. We're going to start the first two movements from the rest position, and we're going to be shifting our weight back and forth. And when we shift the weight, we'll start with it on our left foot. It's actually the left side, so we can get that right foot up. When we shift back to the right side, we'll then be getting the left foot up. So you want to make sure you take a complete body shift of weight. We start in the rest position with our sticks in front. As we breathe in, the stick comes up and overhead. Weight on the left foot. As we breathe out, we raise our right foot up to meet it as far as you can comfortably. Think balance. Taking your foot back, this is when you shift your weight right there. Now as we breathe in, we're going to raise our left foot. Breathe out, we bring our feet back together. So let's just do one as a demo here. And it's in, out, in, out. Let's begin. In, out, 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 in, out. Last set. In, out, in, out, and stop. Back to rest. Taking a firm stand from the rest position, we're going to start again with the weight on our left foot, sticks in front, arms at our side. As we breathe in, we go forward just about a half a foot, 6 inches with our right foot, and we do a gentle up and down motion like a squat. Up and down, straight back, tails tucked in. As we breathe out, we bring our feet back together and shift the weight. Now the weight's on the right foot. Breathing in, we take our left foot forward. Gentle up and down motion like you're sliding up and down against a wall. And out, back together. So nice and slow. You don't want your knee to go over your foot. So this is not a lunge, it's just a gentle up and down motion. Let's begin. In, out, left foot. In, out, right foot. In, out, 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 in, out. Last set. In, out, in, out, and back to rest. Sitting on the heels, we're going to just take a tiny step to the left, about 3 to 5 inches. It's almost like you have a brick between your feet. Your feet are parallel with the toes straight forward. Sticks in front. arms at our side. We're going to slide up and down that wall again, keeping our back straight. This time we're going to raise our stick to eye level as we get up on the balls of our feet if we can, straight back. The important thing on this is that your legs don't want to go out, they don't want to go in. Those knees need to stay right over those toes. So only go down as far as you can, keeping your knees straight forward. Let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Two more, please. In, out, in, out, stop, back to rest. That's the first half of the last half of class, and it's time for
water
break. The nectar of the gods. If you have any questions about this longevity stick class, you can always call the Senior Center and they can give you my number, and I'm happy to give you any more information that you need. Longevity stick came from Vietnam. Master Dowel brought it over in 1995. When Saigon fell and the communists came in, they let all the soldiers go back into the fields, but they took the officers and put them in concentration camps. And so Master Dowel was there for 5 years, and he had a stroke while he was there. He came out malnourished and all bent over. He had worked with a yoke at times when he was there, and so he had started working on movements with this yoke that he thought would help improve his posture and get him going again. He switched that over to a stick, and he created these 12 movements to help get him back straight, to work on his balance, his agility, his flexibility, and he lived to be, gosh, in his 80s. So Master Dowel brought this over. We're very grateful to him. He had only 2 requirements when he brought this over, and that was number 1, that no one ever paid to take longevity stick, and number 2, no one ever got paid to lead it, that this is just something that's just a heart-to-heart program, and Robert and I are thrilled to be able to share this with you today. So we're back to the last 6, and Robert, take it away.
So the third group, we're back to slow, controlled breathing. Third group, we have rowing, bending the back and twisting the body. So rowing, separate your feet. Start with the stick on the left side this time. So step forward with your left foot so that you have equidistance between the base of the stick and your heels. Palm on the end, get some acupressure action going. And as we rock back, breathing in, up on your heels, we'll bend your elbow and bring the stick to your face. Rocking forward, up on your toes, balls of your feet. Extend your arm and bring that stick forward. As you get used to the movements, you might think of adding a little extra. I like to smile as I come in and relax my face as I go out. You may have a mantra you like, anything that works for you, or just focus on your breathing. So let's begin. In, out. Remember good posture. Keep your torso erect.
Out.
In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. One more. In, out. Now stick on the right side. Step forward with the left palm on the end. This time we'll be moving the stick counterclockwise. So let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. 2 more. In, out, in, and out. After rowing comes bending the back forward. So separate your feet, shoulder width, sticks up, sticks in back for this one. So as we breathe in, just stretch everything in the front, look up, chin up. As you breathe out, hinge at the hips, keep a long back. That's hamstring stretched, and look down and back if you can as you bring your arms up as far as comfortable. Demonstrate once more. You breathe in and stretch the front. Breathe out. Look down and back and arms up. Let's begin. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, more, in, out, in, and out. Back to rest. After bending the back, we have twisting the body. So step left, sticks in front. For this one, we're shifting our weight back and forth. So as we breathe in, we'll go to the right. Lift your left heel, your back heel, and bring your shoulder forward. Make sure your tips stay in front of you. Don't let your one tip go way in back or way in front. So try to keep your tips, both tips in front of you. So breathing in, bring the stick to vertical. Keep going so that the stick ends up horizontal. And then lift up on the balls of your feet, both feet if you can. Now breathing out, the long breath out. Shift weight to your left, right heel up, stick vertical on the other side. Keep going, and it's horizontal. And then up on both feet, the balls of your feet. So let's begin. So to the right, in, out, in, out. Lift, in, right, lift, out. Left foot down, lift, in, shift your weight to the right, lift, out, lift, in, lift, out, lift, in, lift, out, lift. Two more, in, lift, out, lift, in. One, this will end with this set. Lift and out, and lift. And back to rest position and over to Bonnie.
We have 3 movements left: curving the spine, can cone, the circle of heaven and earth, and breathing. For curving the spine, we step left and our toes are at a 45-degree angle. You want to have your knees nice and relaxed. Remember, we never lock our knees during longevity stick, so our knees are nice and relaxed. Sticks in front, arms at our side. Breathing in, we stretch everything way up, bending back as far as you can comfortably. Just a teeny little turn to the right so that you can come down nose over toes, breathing out and using your core, not your back, to go down. Sticks come to the center, and we breathe in as we come up, using our core again. A little turn to the left, come down nose over toes, and sticks back into the center. Slow and controlled. You notice we're really getting into the deep breathing now. Let's begin. In, turn, out, center, 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 in, turn, out, center. One more. In, turn, out, center, in, turn, out, center, and stop. Back to rest. You notice that was a lot of hip. That one's all about the hip. The next one, Cancun, the circle of heaven and earth, is all about the waist. We're going to step wide to the left and have everything nice and relaxed. Knees, hips. Sticks are in front at eye level. Arms extended to the end. And again, sticks are nice, fingers are nice and loose so we can really use our stick. We start by dropping our right hand down. We take the left hand behind our head. Right hand comes over. Now that's where you're really feeling that in your waist. And then slowly we breathe out as we come to the front. So breathing in, we drop our left hand down. Our right hand goes behind our head. Our left hand comes back up and over and slowly back around to the front. So it's very slow. It's very rhythmical. It's almost like a dance. Let's begin to the right and in, out, 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 in, out. Last set. In, out, in, out. Stop and back to rest. Our last movement, and like Robert was saying, this is the most important. The deep breathing is what the whole foundation of a harmonious rhythm is laid on. Either feel way down here in your belly for that to expand and contract as you breathe in and out, or pinch right under your bottom of your rib cage. That's the last part of your lungs that fill with air. If you can feel that expanding, you know you're really taking in a deep breath. We stop by breathing out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And relax. That's the 12 movements of longevity stick done 2 times through. We all either begin or end our program with a poem that was brought to us by Dowel. And if you want to see that, you can go back to the website and there's a shorter version of longevity stick where that poem is posted. But we always begin and end our classes with a little salutation. The leaders say longevity stick, and everyone in the class says healthy. Then we say longevity stick, and everyone says beautiful. And then we say longevity stick, and everyone says happy. So let's try that. You ready, Robert?
I'm ready.
Longevity stick.
Healthy.
Healthy. Longevity stick. Beautiful. Longevity stick. Happy. Just like the people that do it. Hope to see you again. You can join us anytime, anywhere on the Senior Center YouTube of Longevity Stick.
Thanks, everybody.
See you next time.